Hi everyone, my name is Riley and I'm one of the lab aides here in the Design School Digital Lab. For those of you who don't know where we're located, we are in the basement of Design South, room number 5. And what we offer here is 3D printing and laser cutting. So when you're thinking about your lamps, if you're wanting to 3D print some parts, the base, the socket, any of those pieces that Mark has gone over with you in previous videos, you can do that here. What we have is 3 different machines. 2 of them use plastic, 1 of them uses a powder. And so the PLA is our desktop printers, and that is something that I see you guys using more for this lamp project. It's the cheapest, it comes out very fast. The second one is our Stratus machine that uses ABS, and this is a hardier plastic. This is used for working prototypes, so if you're thinking about any pieces that are going to move and put together, that would be the printer to use. And then we have our Project. This uses a powder-based filament, and so it gives this kind of sculpture feel, this plaster feel. I don't see you guys using this too much. It is expensive, but the other 2, the PLA and the ABS, those 2 printers I see you guys using more with this lamp project. So just know that these services are available to you down here if you're wanting to 3D print any of your lamp parts. So for laser cutting, we have a series of materials you are approved to use in the lab for laser cutting. So when you're thinking about your lamp, you can use acrylic or plexiglass. AZ Plastics is a really good place for acrylic. They come in different colors, so if you're thinking about using that kind of material for your lamp, that is a good place to go. BLIT carries styrene, which is a plastic. The only thing to keep in mind is you have to tape one side of the styrene with painter's tape to protect the laser and to protect the plastic from melting too much. There is basswood, which is a nicer material to laser cut because there's less charring, less smoke. You can use plywood, mat board, any kind of mat board, chipboard, and cardboard. So these are the materials that you can use to laser cut. So I brought up a couple materials that are banned here in the lab. One of them is MDF. This is a material that Mark has used in previous videos. You can use the shop to cut and carve MDF, but we can't laser cut it here. And then the other one is any kind of polycarbonate plastic that will melt in our laser cutters. So BLIT carries this. So if you're looking to use acrylic and plexiglass, you're going to need to go to Lowe's or Home Depot. The stuff that BLIT carries is a polycarbonate, and that's banned in the lab. So we have 3 different settings for our laser cutter: vector cut, vector etch, and raster engrave. So when you're thinking about designing your lamps, keep in mind what kind of design you're looking to incorporate. If it's burn, if it's just some markings with etching, if you're cutting out panels. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up your file to reflect these settings and cut out a part of a lamp. Okay everyone, we are at the computer station that is connected to our laser cutter. I am using Raven, and it has a bed that's 32 inches by 18 inches. We have 2 other laser cutters just like it, and a 4th one that is only 18 by 24. So when you're grabbing your material, keep in mind that you'll have to cut it down to the size of the bed or smaller. The other thing to keep in mind is when you're designing your lamp for cutting, we have 3 different softwares that we use for the laser cutter. One is Illustrator, there's Photoshop, and AutoCAD. And so for this demo, I'm just going to show you how to set it up for Illustrator. For those of you who haven't used any of these programs, Illustrator is the easiest, I think, for people to pick up. And so we are in Illustrator right now. I already have this panel set up. So what you need to keep in mind is setting up your layers for the different settings. So I have a raster layer, a cut layer, and an etch layer. And so for those of you who haven't used Illustrator, all you have to do is go up to Window and then Layers, and then the layers is going to pop up. And then when you want to add a new layer, you just have to go down to this box with a plus sign that says Create New Layer, and then a new layer will pop up. So I've already gone and color coded these. Here in the lab, red is for cut, blue is for etch, and then black is for rastering. And so if I highlight my cut, you see that there is a red outline over my panel. Keep in mind that you just have to focus on the color of the stroke. So this would be the RBG red for anything that you're wanting to cut. For etching, it's similar, only difference is that it's an RBG blue. So anything that you're wanting to etch and not cut all the way through will need to be that blue. And then for rastering, this is a different process that the laser cutter has to go through. So you're going to want to just fill it in black. And so we have those fill tabs up here, there's a stroke right next to it, and the same down here. And then the last thing to keep in mind is your stroke weight. So the laser cutter beam is very thin, and so there's not a default in Illustrator for that weight. So what you want to do is when you're all done, just highlight your object, go up to stroke, and type in 0.001 and enter, and then everything will be that stroke weight. And so once you check that you have all your layers named and colored, you check the stroke weight, you double check that everything is in RBG color scheme, you'll go up to File, down to Print, and then you'll see this window pop up. This is our laser cutter. It should be already connected as the printer. So now all you have to do is go to Setup, hit Continue, Preferences, and then you'll see our laser cutter settings pop up. And so the Digital Lab already has a database, so you don't have to guess what the power or the speed is or any of that. So what you'll do now is go to Load, go up to Material Database. For this demo, I'm showing you how to cut and etch, so we'll hit the Cut and Etch folder. I will be using basswood as my material, so I'll go to Wood, Basswood, and I already know that the thickness is 1/8, so I'll hit 1/8 and Open. And so now the red vector and the blue vector for our cut and etch has already populated with the proper speed and power. We don't have it populating for the raster. So all you have to do if you're going to raster something is you'll hit the black and you'll copy over what the etch setting is for blue. So for this, that would be the power is 25, the speed is 20, and the z-axis is that 1/8, which is 0.125. Then you want to change the mode to rast, hit set, and then just double check that you have the proper colors generated, everything looks good. So now just have to hit apply and then OK, and then print, and then you see that my orientation has changed, so we want to fix that. All you have to do is go to media side and go to user defined landscape, and then it fixed itself. So then we just have to hit print, and then at the bottom of the station there's this red box that says Universal Laser Systems Control Panel. You're going to want to hit that, and then what comes up is what the laser cutter is going to see. So here, if you're missing any lines, if things aren't popping up, then you know that maybe a stroke was off, maybe there was something that just didn't get colored properly, so you have to go back and fix it. But as long as you see everything on this page, then it should cut and edge all of those. So now I'm going to start the laser cutter. This tutorial was to give you some guidelines on how to set up your files so you're prepared for your appointment when you come in. The lab aides will be here to assist you and help you troubleshoot if you're having any questions or you need any help. They are here. And we also have a manual at every laser cutter to show you the step-by-step process that I showed you today for Illustrator and for the other softwares, Photoshop and AutoCAD, if you're wanting to know how to set up for those programs as well. Okay everyone, so this concludes our laser cutting tutorial as part of this workshop. The digital lab is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with the exception of Tuesdays. We are closed at 3. Now we are currently closed on weekends and we're not doing any walk-ins, so if you have general questions about 3D printing, laser cutting, or just want to go over in person how to set up your custom lamp file for laser cutting, you will need to set up a consultation appointment. And that's on our website, which is designlabs with an s.asu.edu. And there's 2 different appointment schedules, one for laser cutting, which is $5 for every 30 minutes, and then our free consultation appointment. So you would just schedule it there. We have lab aides available during all the appointments, so if you have any questions while you're laser cutting or there's issues, they're there to help you troubleshoot, and you have all these resources here available to help design your lamp and build your lamp. So thank you, and I hope to see you down in the lab.